Brian from Wolfenden Body Company, and today on Tech Talk we're going to be going over some preventative maintenance with our shop foreman Drew. So let's get to it. Let's go check out what he's up to.
Rock and roll.
What up, Drew?
What's up, Brian?
How you doing today?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
What are we gonna go over today?
We are gonna go over just a basic maintenance inspection. So
Some fluids and stuff too?
Yeah, honestly, the easiest stuff that you should know, as a customer, to make sure your vehicle's running in tip-top shape.
Yeah.
So there are different engines. So just so everybody's aware, this is a 2010 Max 7. So
okay.
there's a couple different engines that we offer now, but
yeah.
I'm just gonna. So if anybody has any other questions on the other engines, feel free to ask.
Shoot them down below, guys.
Yeah. So anyway, here's your power steering fluid. This one is pretty easy to check. It's actually a clear reservoir, and just a quick check so you guys can see is it's way easier to see if you put a flashlight up against
okay.
it. Honestly,
yeah.
You don't even have to pull the. So this has a dipstick on it. Here, I'll get the flashlight so you can't. It's probably too bright.
Yep.
So it tells you full and stuff, but if you got a flashlight, just put it up against the side. You can see it right here.
Easily.
Boom.
Yeah.
And then there's your max, your min level. You know where the fluid's at. Yeah, you're good. So same with the. This is your expansion tank. So the older models, this one's a lot clearer. You can see it. You don't need a flashlight. Older models, same thing. If you can't see it, boom, put your flashlight up to it. Nice
little trick.
So you can see exactly where the level's at. So. Yeah. Those are actually really quick checks. Really took about 5 seconds to do that. So anyway, your engine oil, specifically on a Max 7. So we'll just check this quick. Of course, I don't have a rag, and there's none around here. You have a rag I can borrow, Kyle, by any chance? You have a rag I can borrow?
I'll get you one.
I got one on my cart. You're good. So anyway, the Max 7. Just so when you check oil on these, it is normal for the oil to rise between service intervals. So don't be alarmed if you see the oil, like a almost an inch or a half an inch above the max line. So that is very normal. It's because of the post-stream injection regens that this vehicle does. It will actually produce oil over time.
Gotcha.
So that's a good tip for customers that aren't aware of this product. So. Anyway, when you check your fluid, even after you do an oil change, like this one is honestly perfect. I always like to leave the oil dead center of min and max. So when I see it way above the max, it's time to change your oil.
Okay.
The reason being is the oil gets diluted with fuel, and it just no longer has that lubricity effect. So that's that. So trans fluid, for the guys that don't know, start the vehicle. Let it run in neutral, and then you're going to pull your dipstick out and check it. So the dipstick, it twists, unlocks, and then pulls right out. It's got like a little curve to it, and same thing. So it's always going to be high. I don't have the engine running.
What is trans fluid?
So trans fluid, our chassis, the most common trans that we use it's an Allison 2000 series.
Yep.
So you're going to use Allison approved Transit.
Okay.
For these, for these vehicles. So if you're going to do a trans flush, it's 12 quarts, and then you might have to add a quart or two depending on how much came out if you do an internal trans filter. This specific engine, I put 20 quarts of oil in it, 15W40, and then I check it, and then I might have to add a quart or two depending on what oil reel I use in the shop or whatever it might be. So that's that. So the other thing I want to show, just quick, easy stuff for customers is there's heater shutoff valves. It has to do with your coolant. So if you want to, if you're running in the summertime, if you want your cool air inside the chassis, you're going to want to shut these valves off here. So here's one here. There's another one right here. They just turn. So what this does is it stops the coolant going through the chassis. So what I mean by that is these vehicles could have 2 to 3 heaters inside them.
So if I turn off one, do I have to turn off the other as well?
Yeah, I turn them both off. So that way, I don't want that coolant that goes into the chassis getting hot at all. The reason being is, so like right here, so here's a step well heater.
Yep.
Here's a heater right here next to the driver's leg.
Yep.
So right here, so if you're a driver, these things get really hot in the summertime, like there's no doubt. So, I want cool air. a lot of these don't have air conditioning. So by putting this on blue and then turning my heaters on, I can get cool air if I have those shut-off valves off. If they're on, what will happen is the blower fan, it's always going to be pushing air over the heater core. So if there is hot fluid inside those heater cores, you're going to get hotter air coming out. So if you turn those off, it's just going to have, you'll have that air circulation. You won't have that dire heat coming out. So, and then here's the other thing. A lot of customers, you know, don't remember here, but so you have your recirc and fresh. So the way to break that down is fresh air. It brings air from outside atmosphere into the vehicle. That's nice for the summertime if you're trying to, you know, defrost the windows, stuff like that. Recirc vehicle, I like that for the winter time. If you're really trying to heat it up quick, it takes the heat that's already in the cab, recirculates it, and it continues. You can actually heat up your air much faster inside the cab.
Gotcha.
It's, you know, it's a pretty cool one to know.
Pretty cool, pretty cool.
Yeah, for the drivers. So there's one last thing I would like to show quick. Ooh,
We're good.
man, that would have been a good blooper.
We're good.
So anyway, so these are your hubs.
Okay.
So I just popped these off. They're actually supposed to be see-through, and maybe you can kind of see it here on the camera. So you would just want to check. So there's a little ring that goes around the whole thing. That's to tell you where your oil level's at. You know, it's preventative maintenance. Make sure you take a peek in there. Make sure you don't see metal in there. It might have a little, like, kind of like a darker tint to it. This is gear oil.
So if I see metal in there, what's going on?
If you have metal in there, I would pull the hub off and inspect.
And mean by metal, like little shards of metal? Or...
Correct, yeah. If you like look into the fluid and it has like a metallic look to it,
Yeah.
you can even get a magnet and put it in there. If you pull it out and you get like the frizzles on the end of the magnet,
Yep.
you got something going on your hub. So this is gear oil. This is cooled by gear oil. So if you got metal in there, you got something coming apart. You can either have a race delaminating, or you can have bearings coming apart, or you could have a loose front end. So that's just a quick thing to just check it, and then that will tell you, is it good, or do you need, do you need to address something immediately?
Okay.
So
nice.
Yep. Now there is other things like rear diff you can check. There's a plug. You just pop it out. You put your finger in there, and the fluid should be level with the bottom of the plug, just for customers to know.
Gotcha.
And then here's your last fluid.
Your what fluid?
Your washer fluid.
Oh, your washer fluid.
Yep.
Okay.
Washer fluid. So that's your most common. So that's all your fluids, and then that's basic like coolant flow and understanding how these work.
Yeah.
So,
good information, Drew. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your day,
Hey, good
man.
video.
Have a good one.
Yeah. The good thing you didn't go down on that.
No.
So.
Yeah. Watch that,
Yeah,
guys.
he's stepping off the bus, almost went down.
You'll get hurt on that. You'll get hurt on that. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the little episode today. I know it was very elementary, but we wanted to get into that anyways. Checking your fluid, checking your oil, it's very important. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed the video. If you could, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and tune in on next week's episode. We got something good for you. All right.